All right, welcome back everybody. Last week I finished my Syd Tie top test sew on some old sheets I had, and I found out that the bust wasn't quite big enough, and as I suspected, I'm going to need to do a full bust adjustment on the pattern because it fit basically everywhere else. So we are gonna do the full bust adjustment, and then I'm gonna cut another like bodice, but like not the sleeves or the ties or anything like that. I'm just gonna see if I can get it to fit here, and if I can, then I would love to be able to cut out on some like real fabric this week. I don't think I'm gonna have time to sew it this week. It's just like the way my schedule is gonna land this week. But I am going to trace the new pattern with the full bust adjustment. That's gonna take me a little bit. And then we'll get cutting, and then we'll do the fit, and then we'll see, you know? So let's get started on the full bust adjustment. So I haven't really done one of these on my own before. Typically, I would have had my mom help me do this, but the internet exists. It can't be that hard. I'm gonna have to do this a million times in my life to sew, and she is not alive. Therefore, she cannot help me. So I'm gonna start by, does this pen work? Tracing the pattern so that I'm not using this one. Oh, the pen didn't work for half of this. Lovely. So I've never done this on my own, but oops, I keep thinking it can't be that hard. I guess I'll use scissors as a pattern weight. And this is a super common adjustment for a lot of people. You can do a full bust adjustment, but you can also do something called a small bust adjustment if the bust starts are like way too big for you. Also a super common thing, but not for me. So the first thing we're doing, based on the directions I pulled up from the internet, is the tracing with all of the markings. So that is what I'm doing. So I originally cut the size 18 on this pattern. We're just gonna eyeball this part of it. Not eyeball, we're gonna gently trace it so I don't have to get the French curves out. And if this works, then I can do the same thing to the dress bodice, because this is just the bodice for the shirt. Awesome. So now I have to transfer the bust dart the way it is, and I need to transfer all of the notches and stuff. So the notches on here are gonna be right here on the sleeve, because that's where I cut. I don't think there's a ton. And then all of these on the front, which I'm just gonna slide the whole thing over and do that way instead. Where the ties go, and then, oh, this is the bodice. I just cut here instead, so that's cool. Then I will throw the grain line on here. These rulers are really nice for this. Oh, this pen. Oh, I didn't move the bust over. Duh. That's not the right dart. Bust dart. So I'm just gonna punch a little hole, put these lines here. Now we're gonna connect the lines. Thank goodness for rulers. This would be infinitely more difficult. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this out, and then I'm gonna move on to the actual cutting, slashing, sketching situation of this all. And then when I have the pattern piece done, I will be back. Okay, so that all in all took me about 30 minutes, which is not so bad. A full bust adjustment, if you've ever done one or if you haven't done one, it just adds a little bit of extra, I don't want to say ease, but it adds a little extra space in the front for bust size. So if you were doing a small bust adjustment, it would move in. So, but now that I have that all cut and ready to go, I'm gonna draw the shorten lengthen line on here all the way across. And then I'm gonna do a quick clean. I'm going to go have dinner. And then I'm gonna come down and I'm gonna cut another test from the sheets and hopefully sew that together really fast. I don't have to do all the finishing or anything like that. So I just have to I have to sew in the darts, and then I have to do the shoulders and the side seams, and I should be able to get like a pretty good idea on whether it's gonna fit or not from there. So yeah, let's do a quick reset and then I'll start cutting when I get back. Okay, so I have the bodice sewn, and what I am noticing is that if I stand up straight, it's still tight up here, which I thought the full bust adjustment would fix. It helped a little bit, but like, as you can tell, it's kind of like baggy out here now, which I could have sewn these darts a little bit better. But I'm thinking that since I need the extra space up here, I'm gonna cut the next size up because it'll give me probably this much more, a little like a quarter inch, half an inch, I'll have to measure it, around the arm in space. And then let's put the other one back on. And other than it being kind of like tight up here, oh, sorry, and obviously being too short, the full bust helped that one. So if I need the space here, but the bust darts are down here, I don't think I'm gonna need to do the full bust adjustment on the 20. This is the 18, I think, because there's plenty of like ease around this from what I can tell. I just need the extra space up in the like upper bust, I guess. So I'm gonna cut the 20, probably on the nice fabric, and we'll do shorter sleeves on it. So I'm thinking more of like, you know, like a puff sleeve kind of up here for spring, because this is driving me nuts at the long sleeve length. So up here, and then in the 20 will give me just probably another half an inch. I was between sizes and I went down in the size. So I'm gonna go up into the size, and I think it's gonna be okay. So after all of that, I will be printing a new pattern and not doing the full bust adjustment, which like, that's fine with me, hallelujah. And then at this point, we're gonna cut it out on the nice fabric because I'm feeling pretty confident in my measuring and the pattern measurements. It's hard to measure something when it's like, it's the bust, the waist, and the hips on the pattern when you really need it up here. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go up the size. I'm not gonna do the bust adjustment because it looked too baggy on me when I did that in the size lower. So I don't think I'm gonna need it because it's gonna be a little bit bigger. And yeah, next week we're going to make the first piece in my capsule wardrobe. I will see you next week.